Good afternoon, everyone. You are all welcome to GST204 Entrepreneurship and Innovation class. Topic 2, titled Creativity and Intellectual Rights and Technological Entrepreneurship. I am your course facilitator, Dr. Helen Inya. Why I am muting everybody is because the noise is always too much. So now I want to ask you this question. Let me quickly ask you this question. I will unmute you, you answer the question, then we proceed. What do you understand by creativity? Can you raise up your electronic hands? You can raise up your electronic hands. I will unmute you, then you answer the question. What is creativity? Yes, freedom or freeborn. Freeborn. Just the first two people, oh, please. Freeborn, gifts, and Aisha Musa. The rest, please don't raise your hand again. I will ask you another question. Freeborn, you can ask your question.
Okay.
Oh. Okay, you can unmute yourself. Mute yourself and answer the question, please. Freeborn. Okay. Unmute yourself. Good. Answer the question.
Okay, ma'am. Yes, when you talk about creativity is talking about the ability in you to bring new things into existence. That is creativity.
Thank you very much. It's okay. Bringing new things into existence. That's what she says. Yes, it's true. You're bringing something new into existence. Let me check. Somebody put it here on the chat. Let me see what this person has also put on the chat. Creativity involves thinking in innovative ways. Yes, it's all about bringing new things. Then who is? I mentioned the first three people that raise up their electronic hands. So let me see how I can unmute this. Another one of you. Okay, they are no longer there. Okay, it's okay. It's okay. I think that settles it. Thank you very much. Okay, Aisha Musa, you can unmute yourself and then speak. Aisha Musa, unmute yourself and speak. Aisha to Musa, can you unmute yourself and speak? Good.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Yes, what do you,
Yeah.
don't give me the definition that somebody has already defined.
Okay, creativity is the path of it involves a seated thinking and there's something ideas, a new idea you can bring up. A new idea, yes, it's a new idea you can bring up to code something good, something new, something better.
Okay, it's something, it's an idea that somebody can bring out. So bring something either in the course of production or services. You can bring in a new idea of rendering services to people. That is creativity. Thank you very much. And then gifts, the last but not the least in that particular question I've just asked. Gifts, where are you? Let me unmute you, you speak. Like I said, we are going to have an interactive class. I won't be the one doing the talking alone. Gifts, where are you? Let me unmute you. Bring out your electronic hands, gifts, so that I can unmute you. Okay, it's like Gibbs is no longer here. Okay. So Ibrahim, bring down your hand first. We will talk. I will ask you question when I need you. So I said the first three. Some people have also dropped it here on chat here. Somebody said here that creativity is the act of bringing innovative. Well, acts of being innovative, yes. The use of imagination or original idea to create something very good. And then is to discover. Creativity is to discover what others fail to discover. Thank you. That's a very good definition in business that can be creative in what you are doing. Yes, very good. That's a good definition by Inemeset Dan. Then Enoch also, creativity is an uncommon idea. How? Okay, that someone brings into existence. Thank you very much. You have all said it correctly. That's beautiful. I think that's the best thing I will do. When I ask questions, you can put it on a chat. I will read it for everybody. So because of time. Okay. These are the intended learning outcomes, which I am not going to read because of time. And then let's quickly look at we have talked about creativities. Then what about innovation? Innovation is a process of doing new things. It is a conversation of or conversion of creative ideas into marketplace reality, which people are prepared to buy. Innovation can also be the transformation of creative idea into useful application. But creative idea is also, or creativity is a prerequisite to innovation. So you must be creative before you can innovate. Then stages of creativity. So these are the stages of creativity. You have idea germination, the seedling stage of a new idea recognition. That's idea germination. Preparation stage is conscious stage for knowledge realization or rationalization. Incubation stage. This is a subconscious assimilation of information then that brings about fantastic things or fascinating things. Then illumination stage, recognition of ideas as being visible or realization. That is, the idea is visible, it will be good. Then verification is another stage of creativity. That's the application or test to prove idea has been validated, or we talked about pass-through validation or valued validation. So these are the stages of creativity. So, and also we have the following as knowledge. The following are critical in individual creativity. There are certain things that are very, very important in individual creativity. We have knowledge, we have thinking, we have personal motivation, and then the environment, explicit decision. Please read about this. Then now, we are looking at the factors. What are the factors that encourage creativity? One of the factors here are knowledge of noble idea, a new idea, an idea that is worth it. Then thinking too is another thing that encourage creativity. If you maybe have an idea and then you now develop your thoughts towards that, you will be able to come out with something. You'll be able to come out with something fantastic. Another thing, factors that encourage creativity is personal motivation. You cannot be a creative person if you don't have intrinsic motivation. That is the internal motivation. If you are not motivated internally, you can't be a creative person. And also the environment you find yourself can help you to be creative. If you happen to find yourself maybe in an industrial area, you think towards that way. You also want to maybe produce one or two things. Then also determination to be unique. That's another thing that encourages creativity. You must determine that your products or services must be unique, different from others. Now, let me quickly ask another question here before we proceed, because I shouldn't be the only person talking. We have talked about stages of creativity. We have talked about factors that encourage creativity. I think we have talked about factors that encourage creativity. Then we are also going to look at let me check. We have talked about factors that are okay, benefits of innovation, and we have discussed innovation. Then what do you think are the benefits of these innovations? Apart from what I have here, can somebody tell us what he or she think are the benefits of innovation? And then you speak. Oh, sorry, chat it. Let's put it on a chart. Very good. Benefit of innovation. Put it on a chart. You don't need to rest up your hands until we are done. Benefit of innovation. Put it on a chart. Let me just look at it and then we'll... Benefit of innovation. You can chat us. Benefit of innovation. What are the benefits of innovation? Yes, I've seen somebody has put one. Productivity. Somebody says, yes, one of the benefits of productivity. Somebody says innovation is productivity. It makes business unique, solve problems and challenges, customer satisfaction. Innovation brings about abstract things into existence, competitive advantage. It will also, that's what I'm reading from the chart here. It will last longer because it is from your inner self. Yes, because you are being motivated, intrinsic motivation. Then it makes you relevant. Well, not so. Even if you are not in, you can be relevant in any other aspect. Innovation Health business stands out very good in the market by offering unique products and very beautiful, and so on. Thank you very much. There are lots of benefits here. Thank you. So let me give us our own here. Divine innovation before. It's a specific instrument of entrepreneur that the means by which they exploit changes as an opportunity for different business as different services. Also, you can say that innovation is a dimension of a cooperative entrepreneurship. Innovation is a firm commitment to create and to introduce products, production processes, and organizational, and so on, Then what do you mean by innovativeness? Innovativeness refers to the capability, capacity, and willing of an enterprise to support creative and experimentation to solve recurring problems. Please, I hope you are hearing me. Are you hearing me? If you are hearing me, please, can you put it on the chat? Yes, and say yes, so that, okay, very good, very good, very good, okay? I think the class is okay. Then innovativeness entails creativity and experimentation that results in new products, new services, or improved technological processes. Innovation is the outcome of a firm effective development and use of new technologies and knowledge about market opportunities. We are looking at the benefits. Says benefit of innovation. These are the different benefits of innovation. One of innovation attributes describes firms' imperative to initiate newness with added value. Innovation can lead to competitive advantage and provide a basic for firm growth. We can say that innovation firm or innovative firm develops strong, positive market reputation. An innovative firm also engage in opportunity exploitation, which includes behaviors such as looking for ways to improve current products, services, or processes, or also trying about current work processes or products or services in alternative ways. Yes, you can see people have been doing something the other way. You also look for another alternative of doing the same thing, alternative way of doing it. We can say that innovative firm also adapts to market changes and exploit market or opportunity gaps. Yes, they are dynamic. They work with trends. They are not static. Innovations work with trends of events, not static. Once things change, they're taken, for example, in fashion. Once there is change in fashion, an innovative person will quickly tune to the tune of that change in fashion and then come out with the latest fashion. Please don't dance my screen. You will have this. There is this facilitation is recorded. We have the first, second, and this is the third facilitation. Please don't dance it. The first one was introductory class, introduction. That is what we intend to do. The second one was the real life class, which was week 1. That is topic 1. So we are in topic 2 now. Please don't dance it. You have it. The record videos will be there in your course page. Now, we are looking at the different forms of innovation. Please, can somebody tell me, okay, these are the different types, but I will ask you a few questions. These are the different types of innovation. We have incremental innovation. We have modular innovation. We have architectural innovation. We have radical innovation, disruptive innovation, application innovation, products innovation, and process innovation. Now, I want somebody to help me to explain what he or she understands by incremental innovation. Please raise up your electronic hands. I will ask you to, because this one, you don't need to, or those that can put on the chat, good and fine. But raise up your electronic hands. Let me ask you so that you can explain to us what somebody has raised up hand. Let me check who is this person. Okay, about 2 people. Okay, I'm coming. Let me check who is the person. Okay. Ajayi Precious. Ajayi Precious, you can unmute yourself and speak. Ajayi Precious, unmute yourself and speak. Go ahead.
Yes,
Tell
ma.
us,
Good
yes,
afternoon, ma.
tell us what
Okay,
you
ma.
understand by incremental innovation.
Okay, incremental innovation, to my understanding, involves making small or gradual improvements to existing products, service, or system.
Okay, making small or
Making small
gradual.
or gradual improvements to existing products, service, or system.
Okay, that is incremental. That is it is not, it doesn't, just a small modification, isn't it?
Yes,
To
ma.
exist. So the one, the product has been in existing. That's very good.
Yes, ma.
And we know that. Who else now? Okay, is the comfort. I think after asking, okay, is the comfort. Gifts. Okay, Gifts asked the rest of his hand. I don't think her hand before, but I don't think I have asked her any question. Gifts, let me unmute you, or Gifts, you can unmute yourself and speak.
Okay, ma. Thank you very much, ma.
Go ahead.
Incremental innovation, this can be
Can I
defined.
see your face? Hello, if you want to speak, please put on your video. Now, this is what I want to do. Anybody that want to answer my question, good. Go ahead. Tell us.
Okay, incremental innovation is can be defined as a research and engineer efforts that are aimed at producing the products and the services.
Yes, it can be as a research. That's what you look at it. And also engineering effort.
An
So
engineering effort that aim at producing the
producing.
products and
Okay.
services.
Okay. Aim at producing, or maybe adding value. Should be aim at adding values to the products or services. Thank you very much.
Okay,
I
ma'am.
think let's proceed. I will ask, okay,
Yeah,
let me
thank you.
ask another question now. Who will tell me, what do you understand by disruptive innovation? What do you understand by disruptive innovation? Somebody marks this. I don't know who marked this. Or B, is that what the person did not understand? What do you understand by disruptive innovation? Okay, let me ask, who should I ask? Joan, unmute yourself and answer the question. Joan, unmute yourself. Go ahead, answer put on your video. If you don't put your video, I will mute you. Joan, put on your video. Let me see you. Very good. Answer the question. What do you, good afternoon. Tell us what you understand by disruptive innovation.
A good example of a disruptive innovation is the replacement of analog phone by the present digital one that we are using. So it's
Thank,
more like an advancement in technology or in a process to me.
thank you very much. That is, it's just a replacement of that disruptive. Something comes up initially. When it comes up, the other existing phone or something was there, but that when it comes up the first time, it will look so difficult. Before you know it, people will start using it, and finally, it will replace the already existing one. That is about the disruptive innovation. you get a great attention, then particularly in the, that is because it appears as if no way. That's also before you know it, creating massive source of wealth. Hmm? Before you know it,
It's not fast, just walk down.
other things.
You see a gate opposite you, just walking.
Joan, mute yourself, oh, don't make noise, please. Mute yourself, John. So that is about the disruptive innovation. Now let's please go and read others. Go and read about other types of innovation. Let's quickly, we have other, see, look at all this one is experiential innovation. We have marketing innovation, business model innovation, structural innovation. Please go and read about them. And then go and read about this. Then the next thing we are going to consider to look at is please read. They are all in your notes. They are all in your notes. We read about all this. Phases in successful innovation. We have idea generation and mobilization. You must have an idea, and then to also look for a way to mobilize. And then advancing and screening, experimentation, commercialization, diffusion, and implementation. So these are the phases in, phases of 5 essential phases of successful innovation. Please, you read about them. And then copyright. Copyright laws in Nigeria. So this is where we will dwell a little bit on. You can see that people, an individual you may maybe start a business, but at the end of it, it may not meet the light of the day. That is why it is always expected when you start a business, you must make sure that you register with the appropriate organizations or industries or companies or agents. If you don't do that, you may be very good in a particular products or services. Before you know it, because you didn't do registered on time, before you know it, somebody maybe that has been your apprentice may quickly go and register. That person will throw you out of the market because you did not register. So copyright is a legal term used to describe the rights that creators have over their literary and artistic work. Works covered by copyright range from books, music, painting, sculptures and films, computer program, database, advertisement, map, and technical drawings. So this one, please you don't need to copy this. You don't need to copy all these things. You have them, they are there. By the time we are done with this class, just go to the course page. You see everything. Please, if you dent it like this, it is not good. Let me unshare my screen so that I can clean up this. Please don't dent it. Like I said, copyright. And then Nigerian Copyright Act, call it Act Cap C28. This acts to make provision for divination, protection, transfer, infringement of, and remedy and penalty thereof copyright in literary works, musical works, artistic works, cinematography, cinematographies, films, sounds, recordings, broadcasts, and other accessories, matters. So all these ones, if you copyright, if you do maybe copy another person's work, and that person happens to realize and sue you to court, you will be punished for that. But this can only happen if the original owner have registered with the appropriate authority. If no registration, nobody will look at it. So Copyright Act, that is, you can see this in chapter 68 of the Copyright Act book, Law of the Federation of Nigeria. So you can look for the books and read. Then in part 1, copyright are subject to these sections. Following should be eligible for copyright. These are the people that will be eligible for copyright. I've talked about it: literary work, musical work, artistic work, cinematograph works, sound recording, and broadcast. These are people that are eligible. Then under literary, musical or artistic work should not be, that is, it should be literally musical or artistic work should not be eligible for copyright unless, like I said, there are some copyright they say is copyright, but if you are not registered, you should not be eligible to copyright unless, 1, A, sufficient effort has been expended on making the work to give it an original character. So it must have original character. Then B, the work has been fixed in any definite medium of expression, now known or later to be developed, from which it can be perceived, reproduced, or otherwise communicated either directly or with the aid of any machines or device. That's why you see sometimes printed materials, textbooks, journal papers, and so on. If you carry somebody's paper and change the name and put your own, and the person discovered it, you'll be punished. Also, an artistic work, number 3, artistic work should not be eligible. There are some artistic work should not be eligible for copyright if at the time when the work is made, it is intended by author to be used as a model. So anybody that copy this one, it is used as a model or patent to be multiplied by any industrial process. These ones are not eligible. So they will not say they are copy because you use it as a model. They can only use it, you are this thing, because you brought it as a model for people to see. And then a work should not be ineligible for copyright by reason only that the making of work or doing of any acts in relation to the work involves an infringement. Any infringement work of copyright in some other works, you don't infringe, you don't do any other person's work. What you do, let your own come out as original as anything. Because if they are not original. Number 5, copyright should be conferred by this section on every work eligible for copyright of which the author or the case of work or joint authorship. In this case, you must make sure that when you are copying somebody's work, you quote the author according to so and so person. We state that this and this happened. So you quote the author. But if you don't do that, there will be problem. So any of author is at the time when the work is made, a qualified person that is to say, that is an individual who is a citizen of or domicile in Nigeria. Then also a body, a corporate body, a body corporate incorporates, a body corporate incorporated by or under the law of Nigeria. Those are the people that are eligible for copyright. C, the term of copyright conferred by this section should be calculated according to the table set out in the first schedule to this act. In the case of anonymous or pseudonymous, literally musical work, the copyright therein should subsist until the end of the expiration of 70 years from the end of the year in which the work was first published. Now, normally you have seen some books, they say this is copyright. They reproduce it. You must have a legal right to reproduce somebody's work. But if you don't have that legal right, you cannot do it. And it has a specific time. Then in the case of a work of a joint authorship, taken for references in the first schedule to this act, to the date of the author should be taken to refer to the author who dies last, or whether or not he is a qualified person within the subsections. So those are the things in everything you do, you must acknowledge, especially in writing, artistic works, and so on. Even in products or services, you cannot use somebody's logo, patent, which we are coming to it, unless you seek for permission. Please read about others. Then patent. What is patent? What is patent? Ahmed, you raise your hand. Ahmed, answer this question. What is patent? Ahmed, unmute yourself and answer this question. Let me see. Ahmed, unmute yourself and answer this question. Ahmed, can you unmute yourself? You have raised your hand. Okay, Grace, what is patent? Can you unmute yourself and answer the question?
Good
Grace.
afternoon, ma. Yes, ma.
Very good. What is patent?
Patent is the right that is given to the product.
Go ahead. Is the right given to a product?
Yes.
Okay, that is patent. Could it be only product?
Any work of the person, that's the innovation, whatever the person the creativity of somebody,
It's
the
okay.
product creativity or whatever that the person has.
Thank you very much. Is that right? A legal right? It's a legal right. It's a right granted for either an innovation of or creative person that has brought in a product or services. You are granted a patent. So no other person has a legal right to maybe take up your product. Okay? So a patent is an exclusive right granted for an innovation, which is a product or a process that is providing or provides services. In general, a new way of doing something or offer new technical solution to a problem. So the organization will give you a patent right that product will be named after you, after your organization, after your company. No other person has rights to reproduce. So to get a patent, technical information about innovation must be disclosed to the public in a patent application. because you have to apply it. Then having looked at this, can somebody tell me what he or she understands by trademark? What is trademark? What is trademark? Can somebody tell me about trademark? What is a trademark? Yes, I'm listening. Okay, let me call somebody. Nadam, can you unmute and answer this question? What is trademark? Nadam. Some of you, please, if you know that you are not, okay, go ahead. I want to see your face, so let me see your face. What I'm seeing here is a cup on the table. Let me see your face before you answer the question. So if you cannot show your face, let me leave you and call another person.
Okay, can you see me now, ma?
I cannot see you, sir. Can anybody see him? It's only cup that I see here. You have to, it's like you must have used your, please, you can remove this thing and then come up. Let me see.
I think that should be from my phone setting.
Yeah, what? Okay, you are using your phone.
Yes, I'm using my phone, and I think that should be from the. Yes, ma. I think that should be from my phone setting.
The next time when you come to the class, it shouldn't be. The phone setting gives room for videos.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Tell us about trademark. What is trademark?
Okay, trademark can be simply referred to the sign or symbol being acquired by an individual or organization in order to safeguard their product or service from others.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think because of time, I will ask another question, but not this one again. Thank you very much. So trademark, we'll say, is a designs or distinctive design, graphic or logo, symbols, maybe words, or any combination that uniquely identify a firm or a company, goods or services. It guarantee the item's genuineness. It's this is a trademark. This person is from, or this product is from so and so. Liver Brothers is from this and that companies. See, oh yes, I know this company. You know, that's a trademark. That's a trademark. Thank you very much. Then let's continue. Then trademark. A trademark says a trademark must be distinctive instead of descriptive. Something special that when you see in logo, you know this is a particular company's work. Affects to the item sold. It also must be registered with the appropriate authority to obtain legal ownership and protection rights. Strategy for protection of intellectual properties. There are a lot of strategies you can use to protect intellectual properties. So how important it is intellectual properties protection to you, to a startup? Not too long ago, that is defensible. IP was one of the top things venture capitalists wanted to see in a startup. But success of several high-profile technologies startup also comes up. The Twitter and the Facebook that are relatively weak as a patentable and also intellectual properties has also caused many to rethink that assumption that after all, creating and maintaining a robust intellectual property, that's IP is intellectual properties. Portfolio is expensive. Yes, that's what so many people think, but you can start up somewhere. Patents don't determine whether a startup will be able to scale or learn startups model. It's also about getting a market first. No, you don't. Once you start your company, make sure that starts the registration process, because another person will definitely take over you if you don't start the process very immediately. So for every startup, or learn or not, needs to plan for success. If you are starting up a business, you must plan on how to succeed. You don't plan to fail. That is why once you start an idea, then you start then developing that idea. Think of how to go about to register. Because if you don't do that, another company will take over you. And then before you know it, you'll be out of the market. So the world's largest innovative also includes, or innovators include Google, Microsoft, Apple. All of them seems to agree. So these companies have also spent billions of dollars on intellectual properties. Google belongs to a particular company. Microsoft was and others belongs to different companies. So you cannot, no other person can come in to claim that it is their own. No, because these people started on time, did the registration on time, and also invest their money, dollars on, to make sure that they protect their intellectual properties. And that is why so many people do not see the light of the day. After coming up with a business idea, before you know it, another person has taken over. They will go back home crying. So that is why it is always as an entrepreneur or a businessman. So you should always make sure that you protect your intellectual properties. So these are what startups should do to protect their intellectual assets. First, you patent what is important to others, not just yours. Patent what is important to others, not just yours. Make also time to get smart on intelligent properties, intellectual properties. Look at other people's intellectual properties. Educate yourself and team on the basic trademark. Educate yourself, team on the basic trademark that you can also come out with. Copyright patents and trade secrets. Then investing a day or two early on, they will save you a headache, a lot of headache. These are the things you should do. Then you can also reduce the cost by doing your own intellectual search first. First thing you need to do, search for Google and then come out with which one will you go? Where will you think you'll be able to obtain or protect your intellectual assets? Search for all those things first. Do it on your own. Then you can start with a Google patent search at google.com.patent. You can start from there. Then work with attorney, which specialize in intellectual properties, and ask for a fixed rate to file. You do them, it's a sequential things. This will save money by working with patent attorney from different geographical locations. And also, patents is not only on assets. You don't patent only on assets. You can also conduct audits to identify all your registers and unregistered trademark and copyrights. Go through, conduct an audit and to see if all these things have been registered. Those that you have not been able to register, you go ahead to do. You can also invest in well-written non-disclosed agreement. look for a particular appropriate authority, come up with a written agreement, but not disclose to the public. Make sure your employee or employment agreement, license, sales, contracts, and technology transfer agreement all protects your intellectual properties on. So you also make all this to protect your intellectual properties right from the get-go. You can also file as fast as you can. Like I said, file as fast as you can. A patent application holds you place in line. Sometimes it takes a period of time, maybe 12 months from that initial submission to expand to maybe you are filing. And then you can send it to any other place. It may happen in USA and any other place. It may be in Nigeria. First thing you have to protect, if you are maybe talking about exporting, you must extend your patent or protection, intellectual property protection to outside the country. So you have to think hard about the future. You are not protecting your intellectual properties, your ideas, your assets for the present, but you think of the future so that it will still know that that is your work. It must have a last long legacy. Then technological entrepreneurship. I think we don't really have much time. So this you read about interface between technology, development, and entrepreneurship. Please read about this. They are all in their models. Then technological environment and business. These are the technological environment, which refers to the state of science and technology in a country and related aspects such as the rate of technology progress, institutional agreement for development and application for new technologies. Those are the environment and so on. Technology, what do you mean by technology? It's a systematic application of scientific or other organized knowledge to practice a task, to do a task, to produce a product, or to render services. Technology comprises of both machines, that is hard technologies, call it hardwares, and scientific thinking, soft technologies, used to solve problems and promote progress. Scientific, you say, this is the era of science. You must be creative. A scientist must be innovative, creative, and also think outside the box to be able to come out with something special and unique to solve problems. The soul of an entrepreneurship is to solve, the sole aim is to solve problems, bring out something into existence. Technological environments and business also, it consists of not only knowledge. It doesn't only consist of knowledge and methods required to carry on and improve production and distribution of goods and services, but also an entrepreneurial expertise and professional know-how. As an entrepreneur, you must know so much. You must reach wide, study wide, to be able to know almost everything as far as technology is concerned. You may not be able to be very good in a particular, maybe technological know-how, but you must have a knowledge on it. So technology includes innovation and invention and innovation. You can produce, you can invent a machine. You can also add value to that machine, make it look unique and special. The main feature of technological environments are as follows. We have one, it is a component of micro and indirect action environment. That's one features, a component of micro and indirect action environment. It's versatile. Also, it changes very fast. Technological environment changes very fast. It's dynamic. The world is changing. The world is dynamic. And as the world changes, technology also changes very, very fast. Now we are using AI to do so many things. But before, we were not doing that. Now, see what we are doing now. We used to convert in a classroom to teach, but now we are doing it online. Zoom has come up. So we work in line with that. And that is technology. Technological environments affects the manner in which the resources of economy are converted into outputs. Yes, it affects because so many new technologies, machineries are coming out. Sophisticated machineries are coming out, which can produce an output faster than what we used to do before. Technological environment is self-reinforcing. An innovation in one place leads to a sequence invention. That is, an invention in one place leads to a sequence invention in another place. Self-reinforcing. Something will happen, and maybe a machine will be invented. Before you know it, say, this machine is no longer carrying out what I want to do. Before you know, an idea will come up for the inventors. They will now invent another invention a machine that will do double of what the other one was doing. Then to also look at technological change. Because of time, technological change is improvement in the acts of making products or developing processes. We see that the Banny's biggest threat is in new technology products and processes that are destroying the traditional print out. That was the biggest threat that the man was having before. He was always printing out. But when new technology comes up, people don't read printed materials again. They prefer to read on the screen, use their laptops, use their handsets, and then they work on e-magazines, which we are doing. So you can see that the man almost lose it. But in Barney's case, the new technological products wreak havoc with his own business. So then that is the e-readers. People no longer read printed materials, newspapers, and so on. And also, they use e-readers with their phones, with their computers, computer tablets, and every year, more and more consumers are detaching from the print world of digital for digital network. Then now what this man did now is, okay, that's the process, the technological process that he makes up, means improve products and service. For example, the traditional manner of printing machines now involves a mechanical process or printing process. Now, a new technological process has been developed, digitalized one, the e-magazines to be transmitted and stored electronically. So you can now use once you have data, you can quickly browse and then get whatever you want to read and then leave. So Barney's figure, if he can't beat technological change, then his company must embrace it. If you cannot beat it, you join it. Isn't it? That's a saying that people always said. So he has now decided to turn his printing machines or magazines into digital, one that will be readable on all major e-readers and computer tablets. He may also have to develop new technological process for the production and distribution of new e-magazines. So that's what he did, or else he would have been out of the market. So technological knowledge also changes. It changes with time as as the world changes. The world is dynamic, everything also changed. Then impacts of technology on business, you read, one of the impacts is on society or social implication. Impacts on economic, or you have economic implication. Impacts on plants, and or you have plant implications. Then let's look at the social impacts, implications. Technological reaches people through business. Technology reaches people through business. If you're a business person, you must embrace certain level of technologies. Look for machineries, and then also it gives you high expectation, gives every customer's high expectation. The system, technological system is very complex. It also gives room to social changes. It also gives rooms to social system. Then implications of technological changes or in business on economics, the economic implication is that it increases. Let's take for example, in agricultural production, maybe 10 laborers will not be able to clear 1 acre of land in a day. But with the use of one tractor, one machine, and a single driver, tractor driver, can clear 10 acres of land in a day. So have you seen it? That it gives room to increase productivity. And as such, productivity will also increase. The need to spend on returns and days also, and on returns and debits. You need to, technology, you have to spend on technology. You have to spend to buy, to maintain, to repair, and so on. So job becomes intellectual. Now this brings about specialization on jobs, because since it has to do with technology, this one will specialize on a different machine operation, another one will specialize on another machine, a different machine operations. Also, it gives room to problems of techno structures. Structures now will also, there will be problems. Professional, multi-professionals, managers. So many people will come in now, have a lot of managers to manage different machines. That's economic implications. It also gives room to increase in regulation and stiff opposition. So many people, by the time one person, a particular company has been able to import a particular machines, may not want any other person to use that machine. So you can see it brings problems as well. Then demand for capital, very high demand for capital, very high demand for capital as far as technological impacts on business is concerned. Rise and decline of products. It gives room to rise and decline of products, increase in production and decline in products as a result of one thing or the other. And organization. Boundaries redefines, give room to definition of boundaries. This is how far we can go. This is how far this company can do. This is how far this machine can work, and so on. Then we're talking about impacts, technological impact on business. We look at, I've talked about social impacts, then imports on technology and method of technological transfer. Please, I would like you to read all this. Foreign investment, joint venture, training, or employment of technological experts. or experts, please, there are there in their cost materials. These are just the points. Contract of supply machineries and equipment, license of agreement. Why we don't really have enough time is I am combining two modules in one facilitation because of the week. We have just 6 weeks for intensive facilitation. Then license agreement, Turkey contracts, then appropriate technology. Sometimes we may not be able to obtain appropriate technology and problems comes. That is what we call, maybe the foreign countries will bring technology that are already worn out for us. So appropriate technology is technology that is designed with special consideration to the environment, ethical, cultural, and social and economic aspects of the community it intends for. But sometimes it is not like that. You may ask for a particular machine, they will bring something that is not valid, is no longer relevant, it's absolute machine to you, and then at the end of it, the machine will lie wasted, nobody to use it, or you can't use it. So with this goal in mind, appropriate technology typically requires fewer resources. That's very few people will make use of the technology. That's the specialists. It's easy to maintain, has a lower overall cost, and loss of an impact or less of impact on environment compared to industrial practices. So in industries, there will be pollution and all this and that, but with appropriate technology can also reduce impacts on environment. Then problem of technology transfer. Unwillingness on the part of the government. The government may not want to subsidize this for the business or for the entrepreneurs or businessmen and women. Then lack of resources. Absolute technology, I've talked about that. You applied for a particular technology, machines that will help you to perform your work, but they will bring machine that is no longer used to you. Inappropriate technology also, some they will bring machines that is not meant for the purpose you requested for. Also, technology is also costly, very costly. It's costly, lack of technological know-how, very costly. Before you can get a specialist to handle a particular technology, it must cost you a lot. Then new technology and entrepreneurship opportunities. Please, you read about this. The advance of digital revolution. All this ones comes up in late 50s, usher into the new era of modern technologies. Which was a result of constant innovation and change. So the world saw how many opportunities were brought in by these new found marvels, and then begins the process of exploiting and developing new technology in order to gain more power and assist in development across various sectors, such as industrial sectors, agricultural sectors, and so on. So the extent and power of technology was further witnessed when it came within the reach of various business owners, which saw the growth or possibility it could bring into their business. So soon having the technology, a technological advantage over the other competitive players in the market, became the pinnacle for success in the business of all shapes and sizes. That's the advance of new technology. Thereafter, now, the advancement in technology become one of the major contributing factor in expansion and success of many business venture. See, the work that was doing with so many people, with the help of one machine, a lot of things can be done. And then you see that the labor costs will be reduced. So today, many startups have emerged by exploring new and innovative technologies and are dedicated to further their growth using the same. With existence or extensive market research, many entrepreneurs have been able to pinpoint current trends that can help in developing the kind of technology for both businesses and consumers. Building a business from scratch can be so intimidating, let me just tell you, and tiresome tasks, which involves many risks and minimal guarantee of success. Sometimes people will not be able to, about 25% of startup failed in their first year of business due to various factors like lack of experience, improper bookkeeping skill, that is record keeping, and then prior industrial experience and knowledge can also help entrepreneurs build their business with adequate planning and design in place. So many people couldn't come to the light of the day as a result of one thing or the other, because some of them were afraid, some of them couldn't be able to make use of the technology, and also some of them couldn't continue because of fear. They were out of the market, or they are out of the market. So I would like you to read about management and innovation against our next class. So you will find this in these topics in module 5, unit 1, unit 2, unit 3, unit 4, and unit 5. So thank you very much for listening. Let me unshare my screen so that you can ask questions. So in that, I will not be able to entertain more questions. So whoever that has questions to ask should maybe keep it till next week. So I have to end the class today. Like I told you, please read what I told you to read so that we will have an interactive section rather than me doing the talking alone. Thank you very much. See you next week.
Thank
Bye.
you so much, ma.
Thank you,
We really
Mom.
appreciate you, ma. God bless you.
Bye.